Tesla Energy is going to grow like crazy, and I'm expecting a high margin and a fantastic profit. And in this video, I will tell you 3 things I believe nobody ever talked about in terms of Tesla Energy and the Megapacks. So stay tuned. This is Alex. If you like my channel, subscribe, become a patron, follow me on Twitter. So let's get started. There's a lot of chat in the Tesla community about the Megapack business because in December we've seen pricing going up. We are seeing demand going up. It's a 2-year waiting time now for a Megapack if you order it today, and we've seen cost for the batteries going down. So if you make the math, and there are a lot of people smarter than me doing that, if you make the math, you come up with really nice margins. And depending whom you are talking to, I'm asking, it's 45%, it's 50%, or it's even 65%, as said from Elon Musk. So I believe there are 3 reasons here which nobody talked, or 3 areas nobody talked about, which are really important to highlight. And this is why I'm recording this video. So the number 1 thing is Tesla Energy is very different compared to the auto business. The auto business, you have consumers like you and me buying vehicles, and if there's a recession, people are going to be careful with investing money in a new vehicle, so therefore demand is going down, and we come up with situations where prices need to be adjusted, like today, in order to create new demand. So in a recession, the auto business is always impacted. But with Tesla Energy, with the energy business, this is very different. We are talking about stationary batteries here, which large utilities are using to stabilize networks. Just giving you one example from Germany, we have a lot of wind generation in the northern part of Germany where I'm from, but it's hard to transfer this energy to the southern part of Germany, Bavaria, for instance, or Baden-Württemberg, where a lot of industry is sitting waiting for energy. So we are just not having the ability to transfer all this energy through Germany. This is a problem. Having stationary batteries would help very much to smoothen the situation and help with the demand and supply. But the more important part here is that utilities, and we have about 4 large utilities in Germany, and other countries have different structures, and the US has a different structure, but the name of the game is the same, which is utilities invest in long-year large projects, and they don't really care if there's a recession or not. This is not end consumers. These are large companies which, kind of promise or guaranteed that energy supply for citizens will be available. And in order to do that, they invest for many years. And they don't really care if there's a recession or not, because they have their business running anyway, simply because everybody needs energy. So this is very important to understand, because if you take the Tesla Energy business together with the auto business, Tesla Energy is going to smoothen the situation in the future. So Tesla as an entire organization is not gonna be impacted that much if a recession is coming in the future. That's number 1. Number 2 of the 3 reasons is, Tesla is, as we all know, cost leader in batteries. We've just seen it with vehicles where Tesla was able to reduce prices quite significantly, and I believe they are still making a fantastic margin. So in the battery utility business, the same situation applies. So Tesla can do whatever they want in terms of pricing and define the demand in the right way, which is, I believe, the reason why they increased prices in December, simply because the demand is so high that people are waiting 2 years if they put a order down there. So a lot of people are saying, well, there's competition out there. There's not a lot of intellectual property in such a storage, so everybody can do that. Well, yes and no. Everybody can do it to a certain extent. There is competition out there, no question about this, but nobody of them has really, the supply that is needed in order to fulfill the demand. Tesla has invested in battery supply years and years and years ago. I remember very well when everybody was laughing about the factory Tesla was starting in Nevada, and everybody was saying, nobody will need these batteries. It doesn't make any sense. At that point in time, Elon said that they are, building up a factory that will provide the supply of batteries for all others in the world. I mean, all other manufacturers combined. So people called Elon crazy. Now nobody is calling him crazy anymore because he has the ability to provide the supply, which leads me to number 3, which is Tesla is about to ramp 4680 battery cell, which is a new chemistry and a new format, up very much in this year and in the next years to come, which will free other formats like 2170 that is Tesla also buying from suppliers but also producing themselves. And this freeing up of capacity in terms of production will enable Tesla to supply more or to direct more production to the Tesla Energy business and to the Megapacks. So what I'm trying to say here, while we expect that the demand to 2030, 2032 in the next 10 years is about to grow tenfold roundabout in terms of this utility business, in terms of stationary batteries like Megapacks, Tesla is the best positioned in order to get a huge portion of this market simply because they are cost leader and they have the capacity installed already and they are ramping like crazy. So what I'm trying to say here, bringing all of the 3 points together, just if you look at the logic in terms of what they have in terms of pricing and costs right now and capacity, Tesla is very, very well positioned to get a huge chunk of this market. And it's extremely exciting to see that the margin and profit is going to be even higher than in the auto business. And if you now say to me, well, we heard that before, Tesla Energy was there for a long time, but they never delivered. Let's look at the numbers that we have right now. And then you realize situation is very different. So I would be very careful to discount Tesla Energy for the years to come. I believe it will surprise everybody, and that surprise will be reflected in the stock price sooner or later. Hope you enjoyed it. Stay tuned. See you next time.